Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm going to be creating a simple salad for you guys to maybe try out yourself. Okay, let me start off by getting a cutting board, obviously. Get a sharp knife. I have some things that I've already pre-cut, so I have a large red bell pepper, and I just used some frozen corn. There's probably about a cup and a half or maybe a cup and a quarter, and that's frozen organic sweet corn and obviously fresh red bell pepper. Let's go ahead and start off with, I just got these little mini romaines, so let's go ahead and I guess we can cut it lengthwise a couple times, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and cut. Kind of big pieces, they don't have to be giant. Okay, let's do that. Let me go ahead and grab a bowl. Here's the bowl I'm going to be using. Some of the pieces are still a little too big, so let me go ahead and chop it down just a little bit more. That way I don't have to chew a whole lot. I mean, obviously you're supposed to chew your food really well. Let's go ahead and grab that bowl again. Go ahead and start with the greens on the bottom. Okay. Here we go. Set that off to the side. And then I'm gonna make one for my boyfriend also. Okay, down the center 3 times. Off to the side. Again, 3 times down. And I'll grab a bowl for him. Here we go. Okay, and this is organic romaine. Just got the pack of, I think it's 5 or 6 from Costco. I'll set that off to the side. See? Okay. And the reason why I pre-cut the bell pepper is so that way I don't make it such a long video. You probably don't want to watch me cut a bell pepper. I'm sure you know how to do that. Now, I love cilantro, but my boyfriend hates it, so I use flat Italian parsley for him, and these are both organic, of course. I love cilantro, so I use a lot. So let's go ahead and just I like to finely mince it. I want like gigantic pieces of cilantro in my salad. And what I just showed you is about a half of a bunch of cilantro. Take some of the giant like stems out. I'll eat them, but I prefer not to. I will though. I won't pick out every single one, but I will pick out the bigger pieces. And that should be good. Let me go ahead and grab that bowl again. Maybe I'll put this off to the side. That's what I'll do. I'll put my cilantro off to the side and plate it later. And as you see, after I wash it, I set it on a paper towel. That way it can kind of soak up some of the extra moisture. Let me make sure I definitely get all of the cilantro because he does not like it. And I just used about a quarter of a bunch of organic flat Italian parsley. What I'll do is for him is I will chop off the giant stems, as you can see here. Toss those. And again, we're going to finely mince it. Just go ahead and roll it. I cut it in half and then like roll it in a ball like this. That way it's a little bit easier to cut. Cut it really fine here. Continue chopping. I really want this really fine. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to start with purple cabbage. This is organic purple cabbage, and it's kind of a smaller head of cabbage. So here's my hand. I really don't have a giant hand, and it's not bigger than my hand. Obviously, it's a little fatter than my hand, but it's not bigger than my hand. And I'll probably only use a quarter to a little bit less than half of this. So let me start with a quarter of it. And I'm just cutting straight down. So here it is. Again, here it is. And here's what I'm gonna start with. It's not very fat, it's not very big. So I'm going to, I want this really thin. Okay, so here we go. Cutting really thin. If you can see, like it's super thin. Okay. Okay. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and, oh, this piece is a little too big. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull them all apart. I might cut them in half again because it's kind of big to stick in your mouth. The pieces are kind of large. So I'm gonna just cut them in half again. See, like you'd have a hard time sticking that in your mouth. And you can see it's pretty big. See? Okay. Now it's about half that size. See? Okay. Okay, I'm just breaking these pieces up. That way it's easier to plate. So I'm trying to get more colors into my salads. So I said, let's just try this purple cabbage. Get that vibrant color going on. Now, that's not a whole lot of romaine, and unfortunately my spinach is not good, so I won't be able to add more greens, unfortunately. So I'm gonna take about a handful and just go ahead and put it off to the side of my salad, maybe a little bit more. And his looks like a lot more just because the bowl is like, in comparison, it's like I can fit this bowl inside of this. He's a really big fan of purple cabbage. So I'm gonna load his up with purple cabbage. And it's turning my cutting board purple. Awesome. It's okay. We'll get over it. That's what they made soap for, right? Next, I will go ahead and clean this up a little bit. Maybe I pick out one of the no good pieces. Maybe I will go ahead and plate my salad with my cilantro now. Like I said, I'm a giant fan of cilantro, so I am going to be putting a whole lot in there. Okay. Okie dokie. And here's a bunch of the stems, so that I might not put in my salad. And for his, I will go ahead and put in his Italian parsley. Let's go ahead and do it this way. That way it's a little bit easier for me. And I could put Italian parsley in mine, but since I put so much cilantro, I'm not going to. What do you think? Should we go ahead and plate our bell peppers and sweet corn? Maybe. I think so. Why not, right? It can't hurt. So for now, this is what I'm going to share between the both of us. Just because I'm gonna eat another meal later, so this is what we're gonna start with. It's already, there's a couple like frozen pieces in there, but I think it'll be fine. Use a fork. And let me go ahead and move this off to the side for a second. Let me sit it on top of that. I could try and miss. Let's go ahead and this is how big I make my red bell pepper. So they're like about bite size or a little bit bigger. So here goes the bell pepper. And I put a little bit more food in his salad just because he's bigger than I am. So he needs more calories. Next to that, we'll put in the corn. Just go ahead and scoop it out. And obviously, it's not going to look like this when we go to eat it. I'm just doing this so that way I can take photos for Instagram. Which, by the way, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. It's keepingit_highly_raw_vegan. And I greatly appreciate it. And of course, you can go down right now and push the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you can see when I put new videos out on my YouTube channel. And let's go ahead and plate my corn and bell peppers. So here goes in the bell peppers, okay? And the corn, I might just put more in his just because, like I said, he's a little bit bigger than I am. So he needs a little bit more food. Or a little more calories, I should say. Let's go ahead and put a little more of the bell peppers in his. Let's put this off to the side. And this off to the side. I'm going to cut this red onion later, maybe at the end. It's pretty small, like it literally fits in the palm of my hand. I'll probably use half on his and half on mine. We both love onions. I also like to use these. They call them grilling onions or something along that sort. And I get these at Sprouts. They're 99 cents for 3 of these, and this is giant. I mean, this is pretty giant. Okay? Unfortunately, those aren't organic, but I like them, so we still eat them. And here's a giant cucumber. He doesn't like the skin of the cucumber or the seeds. So I de-seed it and I peel his part of the cucumber. I like the seeds and the skin. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna cut this in about half. You can also use zucchini. I also like to use zucchini, but I decided to just do the cucumber today. And I'm going to chop the end of it. Nobody's trying to eat that. Or at least I'm not. And maybe there's slide it off to the side. For him, I'm going to peel it, and this is just a inexpensive potato peeler, and you literally just peel the skin off of it. Just like that. Looks like this. And I'll go all the way around it and do that. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I like to get the most of it. All right, so there's that, and then I'll just put that in the trash. And then I just literally cut it in half, and then in half again, and then I I take the seeds out. So I'll go ahead and show you that. Like I said, personally, I like the seeds. It makes the salad a little bit more have more moisture in it. And it kind of adds to the salad dressing, because I'm not going to make a very difficult salad dressing. It's very simple. And with this, it can kind of get messy. So here's what the seeds look like. Okay. And be very careful, but I like to hold it like this at the end of my hand. And I literally just scrape the seeds out. It can get messy, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use this bowl and put them in there. You can also take them and sprout them and plant seeds. So there's the seeds in that little guy right there, and that's what let me show you. That's what you end up with. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quickly. And just be careful. I'm not trying to cut myself. Now this salad shouldn't take you, especially if you're just making one for yourself. If you are a highly raw vegan, your salads could be a little bit bigger, but I'm also going to eat a second meal today, so I'm not worried about the salad being kind of small. And I'm literally just going to cut this up in little pieces. Let's go for it. Let's go ahead and put them all together, that way it'll be much faster. Okay. Go ahead and plate his salad with that. Okie dokie, making it nice and pretty. Remember, if your salad looks good, you're gonna want to eat it. If it looks like doo-doo, you're not gonna want to eat it. Okie dokie. Let's put his off to the side again. And for me, I literally just cut the end off and chop it. I could cut it in half, which maybe I will do, that way I don't have to try and shove the pieces into my mouth and maybe choke on them. That would not be fun. So go ahead and cut it in half like that, and then just cut down. You can make them thin or not thin. I like to do like kind of in the middle, that way you can like know you're eating something. Okie dokie. And this was a pretty large sized cucumber. Sometimes they're smaller, sometimes they're bigger. I like to get them just like on the larger side, so that way we can just use one between the both of us if we're only gonna have this as a starter meal. So here goes my salad again, and let's go ahead and like that. Okay. And with everything I put in it, it's really not that small, but it looks small because really, if I'm gonna only eat a salad for the night, it should be about the size of this bowl. You don't have to eat it right away, or you don't have to eat it all in one sitting. You can let it sit and then eat it throughout the day. Well, throughout the night. But don't let it sit too long. You don't want it to sit too long. So for this one, I will just go ahead and chop off the bottom part. And what I like about these onions is they really don't make your eyes water too much. I'm gonna go ahead and chop these guys off, and then I'm gonna go ahead and, it's kind of a big piece, so maybe I'll just peel them apart. They almost look like giant shallots, which in a sense they are. So we both absolutely love these. Like I said, if we were going to eat just a salad, we both have one of these in each of our salads, not just one in both of them. Okay. Let's move that off to the side. And this doesn't look so hot. Okay, so I'll get that piece off. And then with this, I'm gonna just go ahead and chop this way a couple times vertically. That way when I cut it, it's not in giant circle pieces. So you don't have to go all the way down, that way you don't chop it off and then you have to cut it on its own. So here's the pieces right here, and it's an onion, so it has layers. You can go in there and, well, normally if I cut it enough, you can just go in there and peel the layers apart. Obviously I didn't cut it well enough. That's okay, we're gonna just keep going. See, now it's cutting up. Now I can go in and pull the layers apart. Literally pulling the layers apart. See, layers apart. So now we're just gonna go ahead and finish cutting this guy up. Okie dokie. And then cut in half. And in half. And kind of making a mess here. That's okay. It's fun. Okie dokie. Let's go ahead and take my salad. I'm gonna take about a quarter of what I have here of the shallot part, which is kind of like the leafy part, and just go ahead and I'm gonna set it right next to my cilantro. It's right there, a little bit more. And then the onion part, I will go ahead and take about a quarter of that also. Okay. And for his, let's go ahead and push that over. And for his, I'm just gonna like put a grip in his because he really loves it. Okay. And these make great onions for guacamole. I also like the red onions in my guacamole, so sometimes I'll use both. Okay, here goes for the fun part, the onion. Don't mind the mess. So I'm pretty sure you know how to cut an onion. Chop the end, take the skin off, toss the skin, toss the end. You can just hit it like that. Careful, because like juices kind of fly everywhere. You can also take like the first layer off, which most of the time that's what I'll do, which is what I'm doing now. Wow. Let's go ahead and toss that. I'm gonna cut the other part off too, the other end. The kind of, that's so good. So with this, I'm gonna cut it in half. Cut it down, cut it down. Well, I like them kind of chunky, so I'm gonna go ahead and make the pieces kind of chunky. Here we go. Oh, that was pretty cool. I cut that without having my eyes water. Again. Again, I'm gonna give him the bigger piece. So here goes my salad. I'll take the smaller pieces and go ahead and kind of, oh, that piece doesn't look so good. Take that piece out. Go ahead and kind of break these up. Okay. And for his, go ahead and stick those there. Now for the avocado. This is a smaller avocado. They were on sale, so I got these. He's gonna get half, I'll get half. Oh, perfect. Go ahead and hit the seed, pull it out, toss that bad boy, or you can try and grow it. And I'm just cutting this in lengthwise and lengthwise, or sideways. Okay. And for this, I'm gonna need a spoon to scoop it. Kind of almost done with the cutting boards. I can push it off to the side. And for my salad, I'll probably put this off to the side. Oh, there's some room here. Scoop it out. Go ahead and put it off to the side. Again, obviously, the salad's not going to stay looking like this. Go ahead and if you didn't get that little piece of skin, go ahead and get it then. So far, so good. And for his, here we go. Okie dokie. hands off. And now I'm going to start my salad dressing. Here we go. Let's go ahead and cut it in half again. This is a orange, which unfortunately I thought it was a lemon, but it's not, so we're just gonna go for it. Go ahead and squeeze it on whole salad. The skin and any kind of seeds. That's not a seed, I just saw it. It's okay. Just going to go ahead and squeeze it. Squeeze it again. And if any seeds fall in there, I just like to pick them out. Some people eat them, just don't want them. And let's go ahead and put this off to the side. And now is when I will go ahead and finish putting in the rest of these bell peppers. Okay, and the corn. Maybe I won't give it the corn to him just because he already has a pretty big salad. Okay. Now for the salad dressing. So it was the citrus, and this, we absolutely love cocoa aminos. I mean, this makes a salad for sure. All day long, add it to your salads, cucumber salads, whatever you want. And some people like olive oil, some people don't. We do. Some people don't do oil at all. Some people don't do salt. Right now we're doing olive oil. And he doesn't really like olive oil, so with him, at this point, I'm just gonna take his salad and put it off to the side, and he can add whatever he wants. For me, I'm just gonna give a light drizzle. Let's see, can I do light drizzle? A light drizzle of olive oil. And the cocoa aminos. Let's go. Oh, it's a new bottle, and I forgot to take the lid off. Or the little seal cap. Okay, so it's kind of got a giant hole. It didn't used to, but the new design does, so just be careful. And a little of this can go a long way. So that should be good. If I want more, then I can add more. For now, let's go ahead and just put it off to the side. And game changer. Smoked paprika, game changer. So I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle some of this. If you don't have smoked paprika, then you can just use regular paprika. But I'm using smoked paprika. Again, at this point, I'm gonna let him input whatever he wants in his salad. Oops. Again, that must have been the universe trying to let me show you this. Let's see if it can focus. So I haven't tried it yet, but I got the Dr. Morris cellular botanicals. This is this lymphatic system. So we're gonna go ahead and do that soon. Let's do a little bit more garlic powder. So garlic powder, smoked paprika, citrus, cocoa aminos, and olive oil all day long. And that's your salad dressing. It's a simple salad dressing. Let me go ahead and grab my seeds. Maybe one of these open. Yes. So, sprouted organic sunflower seeds, bomb, okay? You can eat them like that all day long. Just be careful because you can eat too many. Good source of fats and good source of protein. Today I'm not putting any sprouts on my salad because girl forgot to make some sprouts. So there's not very much left. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put what is left in the bag. Toss this bad boy. And those have sea salt, but I know. Everybody says stuff about salt, but I'm gonna go ahead and just put a little bit more sea salt. And I just use Himalayan sea salt. And look at that giant salad. Do I want pumpkin seeds? Let's put a little bit of pumpkin seed. And again, the sprouted pumpkin seeds. And with these, I'm just gonna go ahead and just put a little bit, just a small sprinkle. Give it a little crunch, you know. And there you go, a simple salad. It took me a little bit longer because I made a video, but if you're just making this at home for yourself, it shouldn't take more than about 15 minutes, probably less. And with some of this stuff, like the bell peppers and the cucumbers and the onions, you can pre-cut and leave it in your fridge. That way you can just like throw it in and go. Some of the stuff like the cilantro, I've tried cutting it and leaving it so that way I can, you know, make my salads faster, but unfortunately it kind of makes it slimy after a while. And don't obviously pre-cut the, what am I saying? The avocado, because it browns. So there you go. 2 simple salads. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. And don't forget to subscribe and go ahead and go check my YouTube. No, sorry. Go check out my Instagram. It's keeping it _ highly raw vegan. All right. Thanks, guys.